Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to my trading journal. I started this not long ago to try and answer a question to me, and I want it to be recorded. So anyone that may find themselves in my shoes, wanting to start trading, they'll have the opportunity to understand what would actually take to become a successful trader. Now, I'm not a successful trader yet. I've learned about trading in February this year, and I've made a bit of money. I lost a bit of money, but not substantial, like 500 bucks. Along the way, I've been exploring different ideologies, different things. I've created a couple of indicators for myself, and I'm going through the process now. It's clear to me that there's a lot to be learned, and also it's very clear to me that time is really important when you are trading, especially when you're learning. It is really important to actually dedicate your time to trading and actually trade. And that's exactly what I haven't been able to do for the last 4 weeks now. You will see, going back into the series, you will see that I managed to get market analysis done, and then the week close down analysis as such, and see what happened with the market. Has it gone up? Has it gone down? But I have not been able to do the weekly, like the middle week update, which is the trades that I'm in or taken. And that is really sad. Now, the opportunities have been there. It's just that I haven't been good enough at being present. As you know, probably from the previous series, if you have been watching or if you got to watch them, I have got a business, and I'm also helping my lovely wife with her business, and I'm also doing moderating, online moderating, and I have got a photo studio. I am a little bit stretched, that's the reality, and trading for me, it's clear that it requires more time. Now, with me doing all these things and not actually focusing on trading, it's not giving me the best opportunity. So the best thing I can say to you, it may take longer to get there. And you may be in a different position. You may be not having family commitments. You may not have other businesses. You may just be out of school. I don't know, maybe just quit your job and you have a friend to stay at, so you don't have to worry about paying stuff. It's different for everybody. For me, this is what it is, and I'm not giving up. I'm still gonna keep pushing and keep doing it until I feel that I had enough. My mind tells me I need minimum 2 to 3 years to actually prove to myself that it isn't working. But it is important to note down that when you really want to succeed at this, I think it's important to be there every day. Go check the markets. Now I have, but very little, just on my phone, and I'm not proud about it. I just know that's just my situation right now. So for you guys, maybe different. So fingers crossed that I can get there and I can prove to myself whether the trading is worth it. Currently, it's still my, let's call it, dream working state. I'm hoping one day I'm going to find myself just trading for an income, not necessarily for millions of dollars, but I think if I can be, close to $5,000 a week, that would be amazing, and it would be substantial. That would be enough to actually remove me from having to be doing other work but trading. Now, in order to be there, I'm aware that you need $100,000, which is why I started this series, to prove to myself if trading is capable of changing my life. And taking this small account to $100,000 to Christmas was obviously silly. I'm not gonna give up on that idea. It's kind of the hope, it's the light at the end of the tunnel that's really hunting me, and it's always there. Like, I just imagine myself driving like a nice car, and not from the show off point of view, but it is something about it, being able to afford something that you do not have to borrow money for. All my cars I've borrowed money to own. My business car, my personal car, my motorbike, which I sold, by the way. But it's nice feeling to say, hey, this is my car that I bought with money that I've actually sacrificed my time and brains to do and I risked money to make money, would be really, really good. And that's my mindset now. I'm not, when I mean a car, I don't mean a freaking Bugatti, or I don't mean a Lamborghini, although that would be nice. I just mean a new car. The cars I have, they done a lot of kilometers in the last 3 years, and they pretty new, but work is work. You drive around like a maniac around here between jobs, so it's time to change. And I've just been to the dealers to swap my my van, and yeah, I just couldn't afford it. Even with trade-in of 30 grand, I would still have to pay another 50, and even at a low interest rate, which is 2.9% actually, for 3 years minimum, I mean maximum, it would still be like 375 bucks a week. And I could afford it, but it would be silly. I don't want to lock myself up 3 years for paying that. So yeah, I'm looking forward for the day when money is just gonna be, let's say, just a number, not really having to think about, oh, how much I have to work to pay this back, how much interest I'm paying back. And just very briefly touching on the car thingy, the Ute that I own, I bought it in 2021, brand new. It costed me $44,000. I paid to date $44,000, and I still owe $20,000. So explain to me how the fuck that works. But anyway, that just adds to my frustrations about money, because the bottom line is you pay the money if you have it. It doesn't really matter. But it just doesn't feel right. It just feels like so much money for what? You know, $20,000 basically I'm paying in interest. That's what it is. But anyway, enough about all of these life issues, and let's really look at what happened this week. Like I said, I haven't really entered a trade. The market has moved, of course, but I wasn't able to capture any of the moves. Now I know Alex has caught a couple of them, really, really nice ones, but I didn't. So we're just gonna have a look, see what actually happened, and just take some notes, and we'll carry on Monday. Do a new market analysis and just see where things are at. Now the good news is I got my new docking station for the Surface, and I'm gonna set up an office in the photo studio, and I'll be able to watch the market while I am moderating, so I can find some entries and hopefully make some money. Now, just to put a little bit of perspective to the challenge, there's two challenges going on. One, me proving to myself whether trading is worth it, and two, I'm racing my wife at 100 grand by Christmas. Not that we're gonna make 100 grand, but the logic is not first, but who gets the most out of it, from, you know, each one's side hustles. And it will be interesting to see who's there. I know she's already quite up high there. She's on TikTok, and she's doing all these lives, and it does take a lot of time from her. And I'm actually moderating, so you know, there's a lot of battles and stuff that's going on online, which I had no idea about TikTok. But yeah, she's proved to be pretty successful. So I'm still at 500 bucks, and there's a few more months left. So fingers crossed that I can beat her ass. Anyway, if not, she knows that I love her, and of course we are together for a reason. So her money's my money, and so the other way. So I'm happy both ways, no matter what. But the bottom line is I just want trading to be the thing for me. I just want to be able to work from anywhere, basically. And I don't think trading is easy. I think it requires a lot of skill. So let's get it. Just don't forget, this is my trading journal, which is like a personal journal. So if you come across this video and you're thinking, what the fuck is this guy saying? Just remember that this is a journal. So it's honest. I'm not deleting anything. Everything stays raw as it goes in. And if I do get to become profitable and a good trader, this is going to be the history of how I got there. I don't want to create lies. I don't want to say something I've done without having the proof. This is the proof. So in 5 years, when I'm going to be successful trading, I'm not going to just put a story up, say, hey, actually I was you know, a builder and I did this and that. I'll be like, hey, this is what I'm now. Go and have a look at all of the other pages in my journal. This is what it takes. You can skip everything and go straight to how I became successful, but the bottom line, what you can't skip is the experience that came with it. So the reason why Alex and everybody else is telling you what to do is because they have the experience. Or no matter how much you study and how much you're looking into it, the reality is you'll never be able to fly a plane only if you read books. The more you fly a plane, the more training you get on the deck, you know, flying, the better you get at it. So the same with trading. Even if you know everything about trading, actually doing it is what's going to make the difference from a successful trader to a non-successful trader. And I'm kind of trying to get that edge and have that training. And it is sad, I guess, not being able to create or to be part of a network of smart trading people and kind of work together with them to speed the process. There's a few, but they obviously they're online. They just want your money, and then you kind of left to your own devices. I don't like that. I kind of want to be close to maybe 3, 4, 5 blokes and just have like a main cave kind of setup sort of thing, and we all meet there and do what we do, and you know, make money together. Yeah, but anyway, guys, obviously I like to talk a lot to my journal, so let's hit it. Let's see what the fuck happened this week. I had these pairs for possible entries. There was 6 of them, and first one was New Zealand dollar versus US dollar. And of course, when we looked at this on Monday, it was about here, where are we? Monday 13, Friday, Monday, okay, Monday. So Monday we had this this rejection, a retracement, and then we had the push to the upside. Now we can see, this is daily I'm looking at right now. You can see weekly is still bearish, and if I am to go to weekly, weekly is at, like right now, is at the bearish point, and it makes me think that my actual entry would have been here. However, there is a however. You see, every time we hit this low, weekly low, it went up, rejected the EMA, and then we had the push to the upside. Now I'm hesitant to believe that it's not going to happen. We are at the EMA, so if we're not rejecting this area of interest with a full engulfing on a 4-hourly, I wouldn't think there will be a retracement. But I think it's highly likely that we will be seeing a retracement before we actually get a push to the upside. Or what is possible to happen, if we're actually looking at this closely, we have currently just closed above, oh well, mind you, we haven't closed yet, but if we're closing above the current low high, we're going to create a new bullish market. Now there's 2 things that I don't like about that. If we do go bullish, that means we're going to be looking for a buy, and that means we need to come up above this area of interest and have a retest of that same area of interest for us to actually put a long position, and that would be fine. The only thing that I don't quite like is that this lowest part of the market hasn't really closed engulfing. So it is weekly, so it doesn't necessarily mean anything much, but if you see this one here, full engulfing had a big push to the upside, then to come back and retest and to go back and test his own thing, his own area of interest at the top. But it is hard to tell. It is kind of clear every time we're coming from down below here, we're coming all the way up. So even this one here, oh, actually this time went up all the way up and then came down to retest. That's interesting. Anyway, the best thing we can do is wait for the market to show us what it's gonna do. But for me right now, we are having a retracement, and I swear to God, I feel that this is gonna carry on, because this is daily retracement. It's just so baby. It's like so tiny. It's not engulfing to kind of indicate, hey, we are changing, like this one was here, and it is quite high. So it is very possible that this is going to have a push to the upside. So this is gonna go, almost looks like I'm doing market analysis, which I guess is good. I believe this is gonna do this. Boom. Bang, bang, bang. Even possibly go straight up. So let's see what I said here and adjust that quickly. Wait for confirmation of area of interest rejection. Based on market structure, look for sales. But based on what I can see, it looks like a bullish retracement that can go higher. See? So bullish retracement that can go higher. It has shifted a little bit, but it hasn't really gone that much. It's been a pretty quiet week. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we still have tomorrow's Saturday here, so we still have tomorrow morning to go, and it will be interesting to see what's going to happen. But this could potentially give us a trade, and I'm really trying to take a trade, like a small trade. But the bottom line is, guys, I just haven't been watching it enough. And I can tell you that until recently, both my wife and I have been trading. So since February, when I discovered this, we actually spent a shit ton of time together trading. And what happened is she's made a lot of money. She's really, how can I say, she's really quick to do something. I would say a bit of a gambler, right? And she started at 300. I think she went to almost 2,000 bucks. She lost a little bit, she made a little bit more, she lost it all then. So ever since she lost it all, she kind of deflated. She's like, fuck trading, I don't want to do trading anymore, it's screwing with my brains. So ever since then, she focused on TikTok. So I kind of been helping with that, which is why I dropped. But for the duration of me spending time in front of the computer, in front of the charts every freaking day, I'm telling you, it's made a huge difference. And I was able to get these indicators sorted out and actually get a feeling of the market, get a pulse check, you know. So I think in order to get that trade going, I really need to spend the time. I mean, it's like almost it's screaming at me that it's gonna go up. Like I almost have no doubt it's been trending up ever since this consolidation here. It's been trading, and right now we are basically consolidating again. Now the only thing is at the very top of it, which is right here, it kind of has this let's say a little bit of engulfing, but it's so tiny, it's almost has no, it means nothing, you know. But again, we're not going to do anything unless the market is going to show us. That's New Zealand US dollar. We'll just leave that as it is. We'll just focus mainly on this. Wait for confirmation rejection based on market structure. Look for sales. But based on, let's see. Okay, I see. Look like a bullish retracement that can go higher. Yeah, I think it's bullish retracement slash what is it called? Structure. What's it called? Structure change. I forget what it's called. There's a name for it. Okay, that can go higher, so we'll just keep an eye on that. GBPNZD. I just want to kind of touch on what we're going to do because I'm moving on the second pair. I'm going to actually look at these 6 closely, but then we're going to look at the watch list, all of the list, and just actually see what happened, but we're not going to do any crazy stuff there. So with GBPNZD, Monday, holy shit, Thursday, Monday. So we can clearly see that we had, wow, we had this push to the downside, which was actually a retracement, a bearish retracement. Weekly is still bullish. Let's have a look at weekly. So weekly, wow. It's just mesmerizing how it just went down. And the thing is, when we were there Monday here, you could have kind of just look at it and go like, oh, okay, we are so far away from the EMA. This surely is going to come back. Oh, well, not surely, but, you know, confluence-wise, you know, we are as high as the market has been before. We just haven't had the engulfing signal like this one here. I would absolutely love this one. Love to enter there. Fucking hell. That was a beautiful trade to enter at. But this one here, like nada. Nothing at all. It's just, you know, it had this massive push here and then it came down. So interesting. Anyway, it has now reached a point where it can do two things. One, carry on down, or actually have a rejection and stay bullish, because this has been bullish. But I swear to you guys, it looks like we are ranging. I would say this market is not going to go above or below this area of interest. It looks like it's just going to stay there. Now it is at the bottom of weekly, which means it would make sense. It would make sense looking at the market structure itself being bullish with the fully finished retracement. It is likely to see a bullish move rather than a bearish move. However, if this week is closing below weekly high low, that means we changed the market, the structure, and that means we would be looking for a sell from this area of interest. So that's going to be interesting to watch. Wait confirmation. Yeah, that's pretty much what it is. There's no point me wasting any more time. I believe that's what can happen. But now looking at this as well, just from my eye point of view, this has hit this support zone and it's rejecting and now is retesting. So it is quite important what's happening today and tomorrow. But we are at a place where, let me see, so coming from the top, it's been through from the top. Okay, see this from the top, came down, rejection, retesting, and then pushed to the upside. It did not hold, so that's very, very, very possible to happen. Very possible to happen. So yeah, let's monitor it and see what's happening. CADJPY. CADJPY has done completely opposite to what I said. Chased the long position, which was obviously interesting. That's my comment. Chase the long position to 0.5 to 0.5. That's a psychological number. Oh no, never mind. Oops. I know what I did. So this part here, this here, I put a trade there. Look at that. Not that I'm in, but that's my comment. Chase the long position to 0.5, and that's 0.5 there, 0.6. So the funny thing is, I would have entered this trade. So when I marked this, that was on Tuesday. I looked at it. I was like, this is definitely going to go to the upside. Even though everything was pointing to the downside because weekly was bearish, I knew that there is, oh, it looked like there was a bigger retracement. So I've marked this, this trade here, and I did not take it on a dummy account either. But it's interesting to see that if I would have taken this trade, I would have made, obviously, my 1 to 0.5, I would have exited there. But this trade had a great potential, 2.27 risk to reward. So, you know, it's good to see that I've, you know, kind of picked on that, and I'm really proud of it. But based on the market, market was telling me, nah, we are chasing a sell. So let's wait for rejection of this area of interest, but it didn't. It just rejected and come back up. That was a rejection or retest, whatever you want to call it. And it went up. Now, we are still weekly. Let me go to weekly. Weekly is still bullish. I mean, far out. This is beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And because there's absolutely nothing in the way that we can have a reaction, this is the next point to react from. Now, of course, this can suck in all the way to here and go down because weekly is bearish at the moment, but the reality is, wow, this is unbelievable, guys. I just realized something very important. I think I'm just looking at this and I kind of know this. I've picked this up before. But there's one important thing. I mean, look at this weekly here. That's engulfing. See how this is long and then this is fully engulfing all the candles. And yet it did not change direction. However, every time you reach a high and you have engulfing, it seems to want to go down more. See, engulfing, it went down. And this is weekly, don't forget. If you were to put a trade after this week closed, and it closed like that, your chances of actually succeeding at the trade are freaking ginormous. And just remember, I'm only trading 0.5. So 1 to 0.5. And I guess until I complete my challenge, it's not really going to make sense because you're going to think I'm crazy. But you know what? I don't care. I'll tell you why. I'm going to, and probably I did say it before, my plan is that I'm going to risk the small account. I have $100, right? Which is now actually $450. I want to risk the whole account every time I go into a trade to make half of it. So let's say I'm entering with 100, I'm going to exit at 50 as soon as I made 50. I enter with 200, I'm gonna exit as soon as I made 100. I'm gonna enter with 5,000, I'm gonna exit as soon as I made 2.5 grand. I'm gonna enter with 50,000, I'm gonna exit as soon as I made 25,000. Same if I enter with 100 grand, I'm gonna exit at 50. So the logic is that I have a small account, I don't give a shit if I lose it. The bottom line for my brain is, Ricky, make sure you do not burn that $100. So if a trade goes wrong, I will never let that trade take my $100. So I do not have to put money back in the account. I'm going to stay at that $100 and then have, obviously, understand what went wrong and don't do it again. But doing that, it will allow my account to compound a lot faster. Now, is that crazy? Fuck yeah. Have I been proven to me that I can get it really wrong? Fuck yeah. I mean, no shit. Look at this. Look at this fantastic trade I'm currently in. And remember, let me stop this so you can actually see it clearly. Okay, so this account is the $5 million account. In 1.5 months, I took the 5 million to 6 million and 50, and I took one bed trade that is been going. Let me see if I can see. It's been going okay. Take profit. Okay, so I entered 16th of the 6th. Can you see? 16th of the 6th. That's when I entered. So that's a long time I've been holding, hoping that is going to recover. And just to show you, this is the account, right? So I've been trading with this account for a little while now, just close to 2 months. And every trade that is blue there is the trade that I was able to basically close in profit. Not a lot, not a little, but the reality is I managed to stay blue, stay positive. And now one bad trade has fucked it all. So I need to humble myself down because what I've done wrong there, I have entered to market. I've entered to market, and the specific trade that I entered, I actually recognize the fact. I recognize the fact that it's gonna go up, as in I said it's gonna go bullish, right? But I placed a sell for whatever reason, or probably the other way around, but it doesn't matter. So paying attention to what you do is really important. Do not just rush in. And I'm talking to myself here, and of course your future self if you find yourself to be like me. But definitely looking at the market, just going back to what I was talking about, if we can recognize that weekly, every time it closes engulfing at the right place, of course, not in the middle of nowhere just like this one did, I think it's important to trust it and actually get your trade to 0.5. And if you do that 20 times, that's your 100 grand. And once you reach that 100 grand, you can then start focusing, or maybe not maybe, but what I am actually thinking of doing is, as I get closer to, you know, higher and higher numbers, I'm actually going to allow a lot more money to stay in the account if I get the trade wrong. So I know I said, you know, I'll make risk 100,000 to make 50,000. That sounds good, but like my brain says yes, you can do that, but the reality is that's 100 fucking grand. That means my whole salary for a year I do not have to work if I take that money out, right? So I know it's going to be a lot of emotions, and I'm more than aware that if I do it once, I can do it again. It's just learning from it and not allowing it to make me kind of fear the market. It's just, obviously, if you can get there, you can get there many times. It's just keep learning from it, and hopefully the economy will get better too, so we're not going to have to worry about wars and shit again. But yeah, looking at this, it has got so much potential. It's absolutely beautiful how it can actually can go. And right now we are closing above the weekly low high, so that means if this is closing, everything is going to be bullish, which means this weekly engulfing has just indicated to me that, hey, we changed. This engulfing had the power to change the market. So this engulfing would have been the perfect storm to enter. Now, oops, sorry. Let's go to daily just to see what it looks like. So daily, this is what daily looked like, which, I'll be honest, looks like shit. I don't like it. Based on daily, ooh la la. Ooh la la. Okay, I want to do something else because this is unclear. Okay, let's just go here, delete this crappy thingy. I just put there, and we're going to replay. Start new. We're gonna go here because I just want to see that. Okay, so let's now go to daily. What does daily look like? Okay, so daily. Wow, this is so amazing. There's zero indication that this is actually going to go to the upside. Weekly is already bearish. Daily is bullish. The only thing that is indicating, I just heard a knock, sorry. The only thing that is indicating that this is going to go up is currently the daily market structure, which is bullish. So daily has changed from bearish to bullish, and that could potentially be the step that made it happen. Let's just see if there's an entry signal. 0.5. Okay, I see. So the only thing that is possible to actually use is what I just see here now. You have this engulfing, so we have, which is so weird, but I know this can happen, right? I know this can happen. It doesn't need to be engulfing, it doesn't need to be a head and shoulders or whatever. It just needs to basically change and go to the upside. But I think what matters is that weekly is engulfing, which kind of signals that we have the power. We're pushing to the upside. Let's just drop to 4 hourly, see what the heck is happening here. Okay, so 4 hourly, absolutely, like, it's horrible, guys. It's horrible. Like, at the bottom, this is the lowest. This is the lowest low. Like, what the fuck? There's nothing. There is nothing here to kind of indicate a change. Oh shit. Anyway, but this is 4 hourly, so 4 hourly can be very messy. But the thing that I would say stands out to me is this strong consolidation coming up and rejecting, and then having a push to the upside. This part here, I would say, is the most important part, and it is pushing really hard. Now it's not going down, but I love the fact that I recognize that this is going to have a bigger push to the upside. So yeah, I was hoping that I'm going to see an engulfing, at least a decent engulfing at the lower part, but it isn't. So I guess it may just be a bit of a freaking touch and go, but we'll see. I'm going to be focusing more on it now that I have my docking station that arrived, and I'll set up my next office. But yeah, CADJPY, that was pretty fucking cool. I'm proud of me. That's good. So I would mark this on my journal as one win this week. No money, but at least one win. So CADJPY, let me just put that down because I want it. CADJPY. Cool bananas. All right, next one is EURJPY. Now EURJPY, I haven't actually put any notes on this, but the reality is I have a note, sorry. Keep an eye out for a potential bullish move, as it seems that it is rejecting the EMA and retesting the area of interest. Ricky's eyes. Oh, there you go. So Ricky's eyes recognized that. So it hasn't closed, so it's still doing its thing. It's coming down now. I believe we are creating a new area of interest just here because we have 1 touch, 2 touch, 3 touch. So this is now everything is bullish. The lower time frame is bearish, which indicates that we're going to stop roughly about here. I can, oh, this is actually valid. Let me just do another one. Control C, Control V. I can probably put it right there. And we can probably shrink the shit out of it all the way to here. This is beautiful, guys. And this is also daily area of interest. So this whole arrow thingy, I guess I can leave it there. This is what is going to play out, okay? No, this is very hard to see, sorry. I'm just going to leave it beside here because there's no point trying to squeeze it in. So this is what we're waiting for. I'm actually going to try because I'm going to forget what I said. I'll put it here like this. Okay, so we are now going to reject and continue bullish. So this is beautiful. This is effing beautiful. So this could be a trade for me. Wow, that's wow. That is such a small area of interest. Anyway, the reality is, if it's wrong, it's wrong. So man, that's so small. There's no way I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna probably have it just a little bit lower, because if it does retraces, it will probably retrace down to here. And we're gonna go to the famous 0.5. So when I do take this trade, if it's going to do what I'm saying next week, early next week, I'm going to actually put a take profit and a stop loss, so then I don't have to worry about it. And then we just look like drum roll, and then we're gonna check, boom, what happened? Did we win or did we lose? All right, so I believe that's gonna go up. Let me actually have another nosy. It's consolidating very beautifully. Yeah. See, this is the thing that I've seen a lot happening, like ranging up and down like an absolute crazy. So yeah, keep an eye out. Look at this. Wait for market to retest. Weekly area of interest for a long position. Athena's eyes. Weekly for Athena's long. Yeah, that's what I'm saying too. What am I saying no? Bullish, yeah. Moving to rejecting the EMA. Yeah. Long position. No, maybe I got that wrong. But yeah, Athena and I are saying the same thing, so that's good. All right, next is EURCAD. Wait for daily to retest. Now another, oops, sorry everyone. Another thing, I didn't mean to hit you. Another trade, another excellent trade. So this beautiful trade here, wait for daily to retest. Now unfortunately daily has not retested anything, but it is clearly trading to the downside and everything is bearish. I'm just trying to see 1, 2, 3, 4. This Tuesday, Monday, Friday. Okay, so this were not here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So with this market weekly, current weekly low, that's where the week has started. Now I was waiting for a break and retest of that area of interest, but clearly it was a dumb move. You do not need to wait for the retest, because guess what? That blue fucking thing here, that's exactly what that was. That was the retest. So why should it retest twice the same area of interest? It's likely that my area of interest was slightly misplaced, but it is really like, oh my god, clear as day, that if that has happened, you do not wait, you just enter. And look at this trade. If I was to enter right there where that closed engulfing, like no fucking way, I would have probably had my stop loss right about there, and that would have given me a 1 to 3.8 risk to reward. This is absolutely beautiful, like mind-blowing. Now I haven't actually marked it like that. I waited for the retracement, So I can't say he's a winner, but I'm gonna give myself that the fact that this has gone down and is exactly what I said is I'm waiting for. I'm gonna give myself credit for it. So this is EURCAD. EURCAD. So I'm going to add this to my success for this week. And the last one is EURAUD. Now EURAUD, what do we have here? This is daily. So weekly bullish, daily bullish. It's not loading. Waiting for area of interest rejection plus EMA rejection to place a long position. A long position. So we wanted to go up. Now, clearly it didn't go up, and it never gave us this. But the one thing that's important to note, come on, why is that not loading? One thing that was important to note is the fact that this was engulfing. This was engulfing and it was right at the top. So I believe what I should do is, once I see something like that happen and you kind of see the most important sign, which is an engulfing at the top, that clearly indicates to me, hey, there may be an area of interest as well. So I can see now 1, 2, 3 touches, and you may think, what the heck am I talking about? And I'll show you. Oh shit, sorry guys. I'll just do another one, who cares? Okay, look at this area. Look at that. Oh, come on, yes. Okay. Daily area of interest. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 touches from this area of interest, out of which 1, 2, 3, 4 of them are rejections. It's pretty phenomenal, isn't it? So I should have recognized that last week and say, okay, we're rejecting, we're having a push to the downside, and that would have meant 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is Monday, Friday. So that would have meant right here, once this happened, right here when this happened, I would have probably been a little bit late for last week, but the week before last would have been a much better trade, because I would have been able to enter as soon as this engulfing has closed. I would have dropped to replay, start new. I would have just dropped, let's see what it looks like. Just go to the 4 hourly. So we are now engulfing, right? So we're saying, okay, we're engulfing. Now let's go to the 4 hourly and wait for a retest of this area of interest. I would expect to see like what they call a double top. Now the thing that is kind of outstanding, or not outstanding, standing out to me, is that this has done exactly the same thing, but was a lot lower, and it had a retracement and then a push to the outside. So at this point it wouldn't seem that it's gonna go down, because this could be the retracement. However, because this has had engulfing and it had a bigger retracement, we could expect the same thing from here to do. Now, I know I just pushed replay, but I still do not know exactly what's happening. I think the next one was going up. So I would just say, let's drop it 4 hourly and see what we have. Now, 4 hourly has got a full engulfing and a retracement with the rejection of the EMA. So now I know this area of interest is what I want to place my, oops, it's actually short. What I want to place my point. So I would normally just go as wide as the area of interest, because if we go above that point, clearly it's bullish, not bearish. So I would just wait for this to see whether it is going to retest this area of interest, and then I would look for an entry signal. I could have obviously risked it and entered there, but you can see what happened here. This was full engulfing. You enter here for a push to the downside, and guess what? It didn't, and you went all the way up and you screw yourself. Which is why very important to realize the areas of interest where they are, because this is the most respected area of interest. We know it's 5 touches, so now this coming back up to it, it would really indicate to me, hey, this is a good sell. So let's play and see what the heck is doing. Okay, so it is coming up, it's engulfing, which is like, it's not nice, but it is touching this area of interest. Now, would I believe in it at this point? Well, based on where it's at, this was 4 hourly at the time, right? So the 4 hourly had a retracement, went back to the area of interest, and then it came down. Now this has already broken below that. Now the bottom line is, I would have loved to put my trade there, right in line with that, but because I wasn't able to, I would be forced to put my trade roughly about there. But what that means is my stop loss is still going to go where if the market does reach it, it means it was never meant to be bearish and is bullish. Now, we of course know that this has had a push to the downside, a deeper push to the downside, but you know, I don't think I would have taken the trade even to 1 to 5, 1 to 0.5, but let's see if it did have a push, or it would weaken me out. So it's, I would have been in negative balance pretty freaking deep, to be honest. I would have shit my pants about this time. But the bottom line is, if I was to put this trade, that's exactly what my stop loss would have been. And that is a ginormous stop loss, guys. It's, I mean, looking at that, it's 115 pips. Like, no way, you know, 115 pips is way too much. But let's see if this has that kind of push. So right now I'm in profit, back on zero. Okay. It seems that it's trending to the downside, and I'm just about to get wicked out. Come on. Nah, it changed. Still bearish. Rejecting. Wow. So this is the reason why I would have not taken this trade. It would have, there you go. So my take profit has just been hit. My take profit has just been hit. So I would have potentially made this move. I would have been able to survive it, but it would have been so stressful. I mean, that's a lot of days, a lot of, hold on, this is 4 hourly, but still, even 4 hourly, that's a lot of days. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's one day, 2 day, 3, 4. Imagine waiting 4 days to take this profit, which is fine, but that's why I'm saying just hang in with the stop loss and a take profit. And if it wasn't meant to be, it wasn't meant to be. What the fuck, you know? But just make peace with your rules. Whatever you want to do, just stick to it and do not allow the outcome to affect your emotions. If it's gone wrong, so be it. Just go back, look at it, and learn from it. Because if you say, well, imagine this trade was 100 grand for $50,000, and at this point right here, you would have been minus $50,000. You would have thought, oh my God, these $50,000, I could have bought a new car, I could have bought a new motorbike, I could have put a house deposit down, I could have done so many things. But the bottom line is, you're learning from it. And you're gonna say, why did I enter here and I didn't enter here? What did the market have here and not have here? You know what I mean? So kind of make peace with what you want to do. And yes, I'm saying this to you, but I'm also speaking to myself. You know, it's important to realize when you're risking something, when you're risking a trade, you have to be committed to it. Even if you lose, you have to be committed and say, yeah, it's my making. I wanted to do that. So, you know, you can avoid it by not taking the trade. But if that trade did go right, which in my case it did, then you're happy, you're successful, right? Anyway, let's delete this. Enough of that. Now, clearly this is engulfing and clearly this is bullish. So it's possible that it's going to go to the upside now. But we're just going to leave it there. Let's see, replay, finish, leave. And guess what? It didn't. It had a much... Can I go back? Control Z, Z. No, it won't allow me. Yeah, it won't allow me. I was just curious to see, but this definitely had... Oh, I'm actually curious now. Hold on a second. I should have let that run. So I was at this point here. So I entered after this retracement. I entered here. Okay. So I'll just move this. So I entered right here. That was my stop loss. Okay, cool. So it did have a much bigger push. It had a much bigger push than what I have taken out. So it went 1 to 1.45. Now that's decent, absolutely fucking decent. So no matter what you say, that is a good number. Interesting. So this just kind of confirmed to me a little bit that, hey, you may enter a bit late, but if the trade has got a good potential, if the trade has got, you know, 1 to 1 or 1 to 2 or 1 to 3, and you're taking your profit at 1 to 0.5, because you're risking the whole account, don't forget. And I know it's going to be very tempting to be greedy and say, oh, I'm going to exit at 1 to 1. I mean, when you're putting in $50,000 and you want to make 25, it would be much better to make 50, right? So I see why it can be so kind of, the greediness can take over, but you can also lose it all. So if you're risking it and you're making it, absolutely fucking well done, but it needs to have so many confluences that, you know, it's worth the risk. But if you do happen to do that and lose, then just, you know, you never traded before. So if you're trading now and you're making $50,000 and you lose it, you'll make it again. So just never worry about it. Remember, money is just a tool. It's not, it's a tool that you're using when you're trading. It's not something that never come back. Once you lose it, it will always come back, and come back heaps, because when you learn the most when you lose money, not when you make money. Anyway, I love it. I love this one. It's like fucking calling me so hard. So hard. But anyway, that was our most probable entries. Now I'm just quickly closing this one down. We are where we are. Right on the bottom. Daily, it's clear to me that we are bearish, right? But weekly is bullish, and it is very, very likely that we have just reached the bottom. So if weekly is, yeah, I'll definitely think so. So weekly is bullish. Weekly has been bullish, and this was a retracement. And now we are also changing. You can see that weekly is still bullish. We can see we are rejecting the weekly high low at the moment, and daily low low at the moment, which is actually it. So 4 hourly is bullish, and the lower time frame also bullish. So it is very possible that this has already reached the bottom and is going to come up. Now, what it is important is that when this market has hit this point here, that's when it changed the character and it went from bearish to bullish. And this would be very hard to get a pulse feeling on, but it is obviously at this lower area of interest, which I'd say we have not managed to break below that in the recent months, and that just changed that, just gave it a push to the upside. So it is possible, and I feel that we should be able to see this go to the upside. And I can also see another area of interest just down below here. I can see 1, 2, 3, 4 touches, 5 touches just within here. Now this area of interest is got 1, 2 touches. Oh, interesting. Okay, so let's make this smaller, because this is what matters. And this is in the wrong place then. It's not so well placed. Okay, this one now. Oh, look at that, boys and girls. I can go as wide as that. Let's see how wide this is. 40. This is beautiful area of interest. So we have 1, 2, 3, possibly 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 touches. 8 touches in like 3 months. So it's an extremely well respected area of interest. Very, very, very respected. And it seems that is respected both for support and resistance. And every time we're coming down to it, I mean, I shouldn't say every time, but when we are coming down to it, see, this time did not hold, came back up and retested as a resistance, and up above they came back down to it, rejected, it didn't hold, came down below, didn't hold, and then went down to reject, up again, reject, up again, and then rejection. So I fear I fear that we're actually going to see an actual push to the upside, and it basically, I lost the opportunity to enter at the area of interest, and now the new opportunity would be to enter right here. So I'm marking this down, so we'll see what's going to happen next week. This is my comment from last week. Weak area of interest, weak AOI, not hold, and we would be looking for a bullish push. Okay, cool, that's good, that's good. And place a long position. Okay, so both my thinkings were indicating an actual buy, so that's pretty good. And now, just from where we're standing here point of view, we are at the bottom of weekly and daily, so that means the price is really cheap. So you want to buy when it's cheap and you want to sell when it's expensive, as in premium. So based on that, I would say we are at a discount price, and this would be the best to buy. Let's just drop to 4 hourly real quick and have a look what's happening. And guess what? This is looking phenomenal. So right now we are rejecting the EMA, and God, what I hope is going to happen, because this would put myself in a much better position. Come back down to retest this area of interest. So Monday, or even tomorrow, if we can get this to test this area of interest, to retest it, I should say, then I would honestly believe that this has the potential to push to the upside. And one thing that I want to make note of on camera, I am telling you that this is going to retest this. Now, I know it's going to go down, at least this area of interest. So my question to me is, why aren't I putting a trade there? Why don't I just go, yeah, let's put a sell and make some money? Why? Why? Every time I say it's going to be a retracement, it should be a fucking trade. Well, what I'm told is, when you're not experienced trader, you just wait to see and learn from it. So it's lack of experience, which is why I'm not putting a trade there. It'll be a counter trade and it's not good. Anyway, pretty excited for this one. The notes stay the same. And that's it. That's our list. That's our actual possible entries from this week that we not lost, but we haven't entered. Out of all of these, we only had 2 that we've actually got right. I wouldn't say that we got right, but the other ones did not show us an actual trade. The other ones, they were just there consolidating or getting to where they need to be. But the 2, which was the CADJPY and the EURCAD, they were trades that actually went the way I said they're gonna go, and I'm really proud of that. I have not taken the trades, but I've been able to recognize the confluences to actually put those trades to be in favor and be positive. So I'm really happy with that. All right, next we have just this one quickly. I actually wanna see which one is here. So Euro, JPY, EURCAD, Euro AUD, Euro, JPY, CAD, Euro, EURCAD, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm missing a yellow. What the fuck? Yellow. Euro, JPY, Euro AUD. Okay, Euro AUD. Euro AUD. Okay, so these are at the bottom. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I have EURCAD, EURCAD, NZD/USD, CADJPY, EURCAD, CADJPY, Euro, NZD. What the fuck? Euro. Okay, Euro AUD, EURCAD. Wow, can't focus, guys. Can't focus. So NZD/USD, GBP/NZD, NZD/USD, GBP/NZD, EURCAD, CADJPY, EURCAD, CADJPY, yes, and Euro AUD, and Euro JPY. Okay, I have them all. So right now, from here down, we're done. So I just have these ones. So GBPCHF, I'm pretty proud of this one too, guys. Look, that's what I marked. And that's what it did. So it now came back to a place where I can actually do this trade. yeah, look, I haven't really given much thought to this one. It's it needs a full analysis again. Everything is bullish, so I said to myself that it's gonna have a bullish push because everything is bullish, but clearly we're having a retracement, a very powerful retracement, so it is important to check the area of interest and everything else. GBPCAD, wait for retracement and put a long position. So we are also, oh my god, you guys, fuck. See, I would have been able to monetize this one really well. So this is daily one. So Friday, Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Monday. So this was Monday. This came Monday. So watch this. So Monday came down to the area of interest where I've marked my trade entrance, and I could have made, wow, I could have actually made 123.2. 123.2. I can celebrate this because I'm so happy. I'm so fucking happy that it did that, and I actually have tears in my eyes. Yes, it came back down to retest, which is also pretty fucking good because I could actually take another trade now because everything seems to be bullish. However, I don't see it anymore because previously we had a bullish trend. We broke above this area of interest, came down to retest, reject this EMA, and go up. So we'll see what's happening here, because if this is rejecting the EMA and going back up, I'll be positive to go up. But yeah, that was a good trade. I'll actually mark GBPCAD as a positive. So this will be my third pair. GBPCAD. GBPCAD. Okay, so I would love to mark this one up as well on my successful analysis, and that's what I'm gonna call them. Cheers. I'm just talking too much. So, future Ricky, stay hydrated, because you know what happened a few weeks back, okay? So just keep drinking water. I hate it. I hate it to drink water. Just like, it just has no flavor. All right, let's see if we can find another pair that we successfully recognize. And guess what? GBPJPY. And look at this beautiful thing. Now we know the JPY has had a great push to the upside, and fuck me, look at this one. Friday, Monday. Since the market has started, and is exactly what I have marked to happen, but this is what I commented. Unclear. Keep an eye out for it. Looks like it will be a push to the upside. It will be a push to the upside. It looks like it will be a push to the upside. I wrote it down. So I think at least I'm kind of creating some sort of an edge. So this one is GBPJPY. GBPJPY. Toilet paper. It's a love message. All right, so this was beautiful. This was very, very beautiful, and it was clear to me that it was bullish all along with the retracement and then bullish push, and it was at an area of interest that it's never been. So, well, it has been in the past but it's retested. The way I thought of it is retested this previous high. It came down to retest that. So that's what it did here. It consolidated, came up above, came down to retest, and a push to the upside. So that's what I mean. I recognized it, but what will it do now? Fuck knows. Now, remember, I cannot even celebrate this trade as 1 to 5.37 because I would have exited at 1 to 0.5. And just remember how important this is. If this trade was $100,000 trade, which is fucking, you can't even think about that. But if this trade was $100,000 trade, wow, there's no fucking way. So if this trade was $100,000 trade, I would have exited at $150,000. But for whatever reason, if I said fell asleep, even if I fell asleep for the whole week, I would have still been here, which is a 1 to 2.5. So that would have been, if this was 100 grand, I would have made $250,000. So that is pretty fucking crazy. If you think about how easy you can actually make money with trading once you know trading. Now, if this was a $100,000 trade and you hit the take profit at 5.36, that would have been $500,000. That would have been life-changing money. That would have been incredible. So I just want to, the reason I believe in trading so much is because once you get to the point where you can risk a higher sum of money, it will compound so much faster. Then the reason I was able to take the $5 million account to 6.1 million was because I was able to risk 60 grand, 70 grand, 100 grand, and not worry if I was to lose them. But when you're having $100 and you're trying to make money out of it, it's the hardest. Going to prop firms and all of that stuff may be the right thing to do. I just never ever clicked with it. I don't know whether I'm built for it. I just like to be on my own risk. I don't want to risk anyone's money. I don't want to be paid by someone else risking their money. I want to be in charge of my own shit with my own money. If I fuck up, I lose my own money. So this trade, fucking beautiful trade, and it's done exactly what it was supposed to do, and I just hate myself for not being here and looking at it. Now, being here at the time when this happened, would I believe that this is actually reversing right now? No, but the thing that is important to be highlighted is the fact that the trend was already bullish on a weekly and on daily, and it's come back down to retest the area of interest, retest a previous price zone. So I do think I would have been hesitant, especially if it was a higher sum I was going to risk, because I would have been chasing an engulfing. Now, it is possible that I would have not done anything until to this engulfing here. It is possible that when this market was, let's say here, this was bearish and it broke below and then came back to retest it, I could have potentially thought that, hey, this is actually gonna go to the downside. However, I think it's clear to me that it's more important paying attention to daily than it is to 4 hourly. Just going back to it quickly. So daily, I mean, you kind of, you looking at this and you're thinking, okay, why would that go down when this had this ginormous, like a doji and a push to the downside, but it was not able to fully engulf at least once, and it had another push to the outside. So I think this is the learnings. This is the learnings that not having that engulfing, doesn't mean that you haven't got a trade. But what it means is you need to pay extra attention to why it would do what it did. And that's actually quite important. It is risky. I think this is maybe me becoming a little bit more experienced, which is why I recognize that as happening. But yeah, ultimately, you have to risk it sometimes. It's just what it is. But I would give myself credit for that, because I did say here will be a push to the upside. So I love that. Next one is USDCAD. It looks like another. See, this. What can I say? What can I say? Market structure says, hey, we're gonna go bullish. But then my eye is saying, no, Ricky, we're gonna have a retracement. We're gonna go down. And that's what it fucking did. It gone down. So look at this. Take this trade, for example, and exit here. Look, 1 to 2.4. This is beautiful. I'm actually putting this down as well. USDCAD. Sorry, USDCAD. Fucking phenomenal. I hope I'm still recording. Oh my god, for a second I thought I didn't record. Yeah. It's been 1 hour and 10 minutes. But just so fantastic, guys. I'm absolutely in love with this one. All right, you see what I mean? It was just doing this beautiful ranging. It was ranging, bang, 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 and it reached this area which hasn't, it wasn't able to go above it. And yes, it has been engulfing, which kind of screamed at me, hey, it's engulfing. You're gonna go down for a little while before going up. Now this leg here, this leg is obviously bullish. Now it is very likely that what we're gonna see is we're gonna see this come down to this area of interest, which will bring it a lot closer to the EMA as well, and then have its push, which is what we said, have this as the move. And that is possibly our entry for next week. But it did exactly what it looked like it was gonna do, not what market said it's gonna do. So it's just beautiful. What can I say? It's just fucking phenomenal. I just love that my eyes are able to pick this up. And just to let you on a small secret, when I started trading, I knew nothing about trading. So what I do, I look at the market, I'm like, oh, it's gonna go up. It's gonna go up because look, that's what it did before. And I was right. You know, I was right so many times that it made me think, oh my god, the trading is amazingly easy. I can buy a fucking Ferrari by the end of the year. But then the more you learn about it, the more you read into it, the more you look at other people, the more you trying to eliminate the risk, the worse it got. It's gotten to the point where I had to just cover my face and think, what the fuck am I doing wrong? I was getting worse and worse and worse. And have like strategy after strategy after strategy. I've been through so many things. All these indicators, it's just scars of those battles with my brain trying to be as predictable as possible. I want no risk. I want to lose nothing. No, I don't want no trade to lose, which is why that $5 million account I'm still holding. After all this time, I'm still holding because I wanted to close positive. But that's a lesson to come out of it. It may never go positive and I might be losing more than what I've just won. But yeah, the bottom line is, guys, the more you know, the worse it gets. But then it gets to a point where you kind of understanding. So you know nothing, you're really good at trading. Then you know heaps, you get really shit at trading. And then you start eliminating shit that was bad out of your life and you become really fucking good at trading. I know that's what is supposed to happen. So I'm at the point where I've learned heaps about trading. I knew nothing, I was successful. I learned heaps about trading. I got really shit at trading. And now I'm kind of just getting through, you know, let's say I'm just above the 50% mark where I'm still trying to clean my edge so I can finally, you know, prove myself that trading is worth it. And you can actually see, you know, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pairs that went how I predicted them to go. Now this is 5 trades. Let's say each one of those trades were $100 at risk. I would have made at least 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, $250 from risking from risking a little bit more. 100. So risking 500 and making 250. Well, I'm just tired, guys. Sorry, I should have thought of that sooner. Faster, I mean. But you know, that would have been no losses. Now, just going back to what I just said now, if I do that and always play, if I just, my trades say I risk 100 to make 50, it's not a good compounding model if you're just sticking to that for a long term, because you should not risk more to make little. You should risk little to make more. But because I'm risking the whole account, it is really unhealthy, but at least it has a much higher reward. So if every time I'm compounding that earnings, that the earnings are money that I've earned, but they're not my money, right? They money that came from the market. So I'm not really losing my own money. I'm money that came from the market, like a tool, and put that money back into it to make at least the reason that 0.5 even exists in my brain is because I'm minimizing the risk of a loss. And I have to do that. I have to do that when you're risking the whole account. And I know this is wrong, and probably in 6 months I'll be like, fuck, that was the stupidest idea ever. But I have to try it. You won't know until you do it. And the strategy would be get to a point where you are comfortable financially so you can actually risk I want to risk $5,000 at once and be able to make 5,000 or 2,000, sorry, make 10,000 from that. But to do that, you kind of need to have like $250,000 in your account, so you don't care. It's like a small number. But anyway, look, this is phenomenal. I'm freaking impressed with this, and just looking at this from like an engulfing point of view, this market, even though it had this ginormous consolidation happening throughout here, and what I mean by that is when the market stays on the same line and such a tight kind of graph market, it's just, you know, consolidation. I call it consolidation, but you can see engulfing, not engulfing, engulfing. I had so many signals of engulfing, but the one that would have really mattered to me was the one that we broke below and retested to go down, and then that would have been probably around here, and unfortunately it hasn't given me the signal, right? And I would have probably chased it lower. I would have chased it to probably about here, because that would have been my signal as such, but that would have still given me my trade. You know, my trade was 1 to 0.5. So imagine I'm doing this to reach the $100,000 goal. This is so important, having this room to push to the downside. Now, the closer you are to the area of interest, the better it is for the trade. But you just don't know, right? But I would be more comfortable to enter after an engulfing than not. Now, this obviously bullish push, that was also engulfing, so I would have definitely shut my pins, thinking, fuck, what have I done? But then it would just basically be a retracement. It would get me into a better position to the come on, go away, to be closer to the area of interest, and then you have this engulfing there, and that would have been the cleanest push. Then the stop loss would have been a lot smaller as well, around about 60, which is decent. And the thing with it, if the market has even gone above that, that meant I would have been wrong fully. And to me, that, you know, it's a kind of, what is this? This is 4 hourly. 4 hourly. In order to truly be wrong about it, I should have been here. But I think it's a bit exaggerated. So I'm just happy to just stick to the area of interest and to see what it goes, right? And this case would have actually been good, and I'm so pleased with myself. But enough about USDCAD. It's clearly a beautiful trade, and I'm extremely grateful that I predicted it well. Next one was AUDUSD, and again AUDUSD. What are we? So this is 4 hourly, daily. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So Monday was here, had the push to the downside. I was basically hanging on for a push to the upside first, and look at that, expected a push to the upside first. So what I say and what happened, look at it. Like, I could have been absolutely wealthy this week. Look at the push to the upside. It came as high as the EMA. It's like, hallelujah. I could not ask for better. Like, honestly, this is my 7th, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6th pair. And this is AUD, USD. Hey, that's something. I'm clearly onto something here. I'm picking up things that really matter. There's no point going into in-depth in here, because it just did that. Now, obviously, weekly is bearish, so this had a retracement, reached the EMA, balanced the market, and now it's gonna carry on bearish. And it is, you know, it's right now is not clear for me, but it was clear yesterday, Monday, that was gonna have a push to the upside. So right now, in theory, this is a bearish market. Daily is still bullish, so this could actually come back down here and stay within the weekly high and weekly low. But right now is in the middle of weekly, so it would be a bad place to put a trade. So we do nothing, just wait. GBPAUD, what is this? Weekly bullish, daily bullish, waiting for area of interest rejection plus EMA rejection to place a long position, long to sell. Okay, so this one has done nothing, guys. Just consolidated. You can see since Monday, absolutely fucking nothing. Holy shit. Look at it. Just did nothing. It just fucked around here. So good. But you know, it still had not had the push. So I can't tell if I'm right or if I'm wrong. But what I can say is that we are in a place that everything is bullish. Now this has been bullish ever since here. It's consolidating, so it is extremely likely, especially with this engulfing, daily engulfing, that's a beautiful one. It is possible that we're gonna see our push to the upside. So yeah, this is a very good trade, possible trade. We can actually mark it like that and see what it's gonna do. But I do think that's gonna go up. That is gonna go up for sure. Everything is bullish now. It's just a matter of time. Let's see what's happening here. Yeah. Ideally would be, of course, to not be below the area of interest and be above it. So you actually break above and retest. But we're just gonna look, wait and see. But it hasn't done anything, so we can't claim that one. And the last one on my list is GBPUSD. Now GBPUSD, wait for daily to break above the area of interest and retest for a buy. So it definitely broke above, but it never really retested until just now. So the best thing is that, wow, the best thing is that it has just done that. Wait for daily to break above, so that's what it did. It broke above and come back down to retest for a buy. Yeah, looking at it, this is not engulfing, and I don't think it's gonna have a very powerful push. I do think we're gonna see a push to the upside. That's the bottom line. Let's see weekly. What is weekly? Yeah, definitely. Yeah, 100%. 100%. 100% this is gonna go to the upside, guys. So next week, we're gonna make a lot of money. We're going to put a long position of this area of interest. Bang. It'll be interesting to see what's gonna happen tomorrow, but I believe this is gonna go up. And guys, this concludes the end of it. I have more trades, but I'm not gonna look at it. One thing I should have checked. I wanna see Mr. Elon Musk. Oh my god. Ooh. What happened? What happened? What happened, guys? Look at this. 161 is where it started, and it went down $30 fucking. So it's, if this started at $3 trillion, this must be millions now. I mean, 3 trillion, 2 trillion, 1 trillion, 0 trillion. You know why this happened? Because everybody's greedy. Everybody that went in here, everybody got crazy. They got buy heaps, and then they dump a massive fucking load. They just dumped the shit out of it. They just wanted to make as much money as possible. And then some new buyers came in, had a big push to the upside, and then they also sold the fuck out of it. But guess what? It's not gonna matter. This is gonna come up. It's gonna go to Mars. This is just people that are trying to make a quick buck, but this is gonna change, guys. This is gonna go to the moon. I mean Mars. What am I saying? Anyway, guys, thank you for watching. Let me see, what's now? It's 11:19 p.m. This is July 17th of July. It is, you know, one of many pages in my journal. It's all recorded here for you guys to see, but also for myself to be able to look in the future and understand what I've done wrong and what I've done right, and kind of be a little bit of support there for the new trader. I think that's it from me for tonight. I'm gonna post this and hit the bed. I'm really tired. And if you are trading, just stay strong. Don't give up. You will make it. I believe that we will make it. I mean, look at us. We have 6 pairs. 6 pairs that went exactly how we said it will. It's just phenomenal. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching. Really appreciate it. Have a lovely weekend, and I'll see you Monday with another market analysis. Take care.